Welcome back. The Ministry of Education, Arts and Culture has announced that it will release the national examination results for Namibia Senior Secondary Certificate, Ordinary and Advanced Subsidiary levels at midnight on Wednesday, the 10th of January. To share more detail in anticipation of these results is the Deputy Executive Director in the Ministry of Education, Arts and Culture, Madam Ira Bon. Good evening and welcome to the show.
Thank you, Nina. Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much for being here. Perhaps, Madam Bon, you can begin with providing some insight for us into the preparation and considerations involved releasing these results by January 10th, 2024.
Yes, we are hard at work. Initially, in December, we said we will make it on the 12th of January, but we're very pleased and proud that we are able to announce them on the 10th of January. So there will be an official press release at 10 o'clock at the auditorium at Government Office Park, and selected people and stakeholders were invited to attend this event. And just to set the record straight, the SMS lines in the website would be accessible then by lunchtime. That is 12:15 midday, not midnight.
Not midnight.
Yeah.
All right.
It used to create confusion. So this time around will be as of past noon. That's 12:15, and the SMS numbers in particular, apart from the ministerial website, would be the SMS to 99099. And then followed, there's another service provider at 55755. And then we have also another service provider that takes the message of #exams, all in capital letters, to the number 51500.
All right.
And of course, this for the latter service provider, it's also a WhatsApp message of #exams to 085 785 6231. And these would be then also functional as of 12:15 on the 10th of January.
All right.
After the minister has spoken.
Fantastic.
So
we'll go over those numbers and details again in just a bit.
Yes.
But I want to talk to you about the measures that have been taken to ensure the accuracy and reliability of these examination results.
Yeah, the ministry goes through great stakes in preparing, for the exams, setting the papers, and then, of course, all the security measures. We also call them the queue packing and the vetting of papers, as well as mechanisms. That is now procedures under which the exams are conducted, and then followed the transporting of papers as well as the marking of papers. That is a very, very tightly regulated process, and the ministry has improved on the process as such, as well as trying to eliminate as much human errors as possible. So there's controls built into every step. And these controls include entering the learners' achieved marks into computers, but then having these checked again, plus having another set of entry that then would, produce lists and flag discrepancies when marks are differently entered. Right. So that is the process.
I also want to know if you can share any notable changes or improvements made to the examination process compared to previous years.
Yeah, as I said, the processes are strictly regulated, and there are these rules and regulations for the conduct of national examinations are shared with the regional directors, but also with whom we call the regional examination officers. And these regional examination officers have, together with the regional directors and the deputy directors, have undergone several trainings to be ready to implement these. So these were the measures that the ministry undertook. And in addition to that, we also have, inspections. There are spot checks and unannounced spot checks throughout, and whatever is flagged or, picked up there is then rectified, and, measures are tightened to circumvent any problems or overcome the problems.
We know, of course, that the ministry has moved away from the Cambridge system, and there's a lot of not concern, but questions around why the ministry made that move when you find private schools that still make use of Cambridge.
I think we must understand that what we are doing is a localized syllabus, and our localized syllabus is still certified and accredited. Our qualification is still accredited by Cambridge, but the localization is instrumental for us for the national identity of Namibia. It's the Namibia Senior Secondary Certificate that we are advocating, and for that purpose it was very important for us as a nation to develop our learning content customized to learn about what is relevant for us in the country. So it still articulates to the international knowledge body that's why we have the certification by Cambridge. But there's also another element in this whole exercise, and that is a financial element.
Right.
Because what we call a borrowed syllabus, of course you don't borrow it, you have to pay for it. But what it means is you have a Cambridge syllabus and learning content comes at a certain cost. Whereas when we customize and have our own learning content, still certified by Cambridge, it is customized to our expenditure, available funding. So that is the main purpose of it. And I mean, we will continue, like other Southern African countries and other African countries, to localize as much as possible. And there might be in the distant future perhaps a day where we will be no longer have that need to be accredited. But there is always that, for any education system, and especially examination and assessment, there's always the wish to peg your quality, to benchmark.
Yes,
and that is what we are doing currently, still with Cambridge.
Fantastic. Well, we know now exams are out on the 10th of January, as you said, and will be available at midday, not midnight.
Yeah,
so
midday.
12:15 in the afternoon. I want us to go over the SMS lines that will be available to the public and to students. And you said that it also will be attainable via WhatsApp using the hashtag exams.
Yes, to this 085.
To the 085 number. Let's go over that, please.
Okay. Yeah. First of all, of course, it's accessible via the ministerial website. That is 3 times the w.moe.gov.na. But then also following an SMS service for which will be charged at $3 or more. And that is to the numbers 99099. And what the candidate would have to do is to text message their full candidate number. They will know exactly what is the full candidate number. And that to these numbers, 99099 or 55755. And then the hashtag exams can be texted to 51500. Or hashtag exams will be WhatsApped to the number 085 785 6231. So those are the ways how to do it. For example, you would have a candidate for AS full-time. It might have, such a candidate will have a number 23AA and then 15001. Then the entire number needs to be messaged to these first 2 SMS numbers I gave. To the last number, the 51500, you text hashtag exams and then follow the instructions, which means then whatever they say.
Fantastic. Are there any initiatives in place to address, potential concerns or inquiries from students parents or educational institutions regarding the exam results?
Yes, often they are, of course, there might be incomplete results for individual learners. Perhaps they have fallen sick, they did not write all components, or there's a question mark on a particular question mark in terms of there's a query on the results of a particular learner due to whatever, missing script, I don't know what to say, but in the majority of cases it is some communication gaps or so.
Right.
And then those queries can be all channeled through the respective schools. So when there is some, question, inquiry that a particular candidate or school has, then it's through the school to the inspector, to the regional office, and then to exams. But if, of course, anybody is always welcome to also contact head office, but we will channel them through to the schools.
Looking ahead, Madam Bon, are there any, plans for upcoming changes or improvements for future examination cycles?
Yeah, we are going to look into ways how to, digitalize further. So as much as currently we talk about SMSs that come at a charge, there might be soon a way where the ministry might offer SMS service as well through their website and through the process of digitalization. And so that's one way. The examination itself, yes, we are looking into e-marking still. I mean, we have piloted it once and it comes at a cost. So to expand on ICT, utilization, integration, business re-engineering processes are always, high on the agenda. And it comes at a price, but that's the way we have to go.
Yeah. Well, we know, of course, every time when it's examination result season, there's a lot of anxiety among students as well, as some anticipate, whether they've passed or not. The reality is that a lot of them actually don't. So your words of encouragement tonight to those students as they wait for the results.
Yeah, we know that it has not been easy for the past few years. It has been, in fact, very difficult for everyone in education and also for the people out there. So if there are learners who have not performed to their own expectation or to, in order to proceed with their academic careers, there's always a second chance. So if the learners are within the particular age limits, that is, 18 years or younger, on the 1st of January, they are allowed to repeat full-time, provided there is space. That's what we always have to say. But then they also have the opportunity to improve their subjects through NAMCOL or any other registered part-time tuition center, and to check which centers are registered, they are welcome to contact the Ministry of Education. The ministry will also release or make the list publicly known through the, most probably through the local print media, so that parents and guardians and learners know which are the registered institutions, because that's very important.
Yes.
We have had it in the past that learners spend a lot of money in a particular institution and then find themselves in that dead-end road that this particular institution was not registered with the ministry. So that's very important to make sure before you resume your studies. And then, find, I think, the despair of not having performed well. We must also learn to forgive ourselves for that underperformance. So I encourage those to find a friend, a friend who can build you and pick yourself up in this misery of underperformance, and find a way to really embrace 2024, because 2024 is a magnificent year of opportunities, that I want to say to all of them.
Madam Bond, thank you so much. Always lovely having you with us.
Thank you so much, and all the best for all learners.
Indeed, all the best to all our learners. As we've just heard, you can get the examination results on the 10th of January at midday, that is after 12, and the numbers, of course, that you can make